Oh, there we are, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a delayed start of the commentary stream, so apologise about that. Were issues in terms of getting back to the house, but we're all back, we're all live. Apologies for the delay. We appear to have missed out on the first round of qualifying, first of 3 sessions round this Azerbaijan track, with just obviously the 14 drivers that still remain with us on the grid. But it is for everyone that's joined us at the minute. We are a little bit late. It is round 10 of FNL, the Friday Night League. Obviously, for those who may be joining us for the first time, they do run full qualifying sessions, so it is an 18-minute, 15-minute, I believe. It's followed by a 12-minute qualifying session, and then it's on to a 50% race afterwards. The track being Baku, inevitable is going to be some form of collisions at some point. Wings will need to be changed. Don Aaron there, just taking that pit lane ever so perfectly, very, very close to hitting the wall. He's able to get round. So Baku, one of the famous ones where you could, if you do use pit assist, you can go flying into the pits, and the AI kind of took over it for you. You could always gain time on those that didn't run the pit assist, but I feel like they did fix that glitch. Now if you do try and go flying into the pits, you do go into that wall that they've kind of protruded out a little bit more than what it was in previous years. Blanks, he had a great race last week. He's back out for a second attempt at a lap, already running in P5 in the Williams. Right on board with him. I think there's a Red Bull out on track as well. It's not BDI, it's Hytham. He's also out on his outlap, so he'll be the first one around. Although I believe Deeks as well, a great pace from last week. He is around. He's just set a purple, a sector 1 in 5 minutes left of this second qualifying session, so that's going to be a time to contend with Deeks. Expect him to be moving up the grid, improving on his 1:42.1, but there is a little bit of traffic ahead. I think it is the car of Blanks. It is. Blanks does need to get out the way he does, so that is really well noted from Blanks. Sees the Ferrari of Deeks behind him approaching fast on his push lap and able to get out of the way. And so we'll see what sort of time the Ferrari driver manages to produce late on in this middle qualifying session. He's 2.2 seconds faster, so it's going to put him approximately a 1:37, a 1:39, maybe a 1:40. Might just be very late, slow 1:40s. I could be wrong though. Deeks, this straight of Baku leading to so many overtakes, how long it is with the DRS also. For Deeks, it is going to be 1:39.6, so it was a great prediction for myself. Deeks breaking into the 1:39s, Moller up, having taken a couple of victories in FNL. He's out in second place, and then Regan McKinnon rounding us off for the podium positions with only 4 minutes and 10 seconds left, ladies and gentlemen. So there's still plenty of time for people to come out and improve the times. I'd say anywhere from around 2 minutes 10 if you're still in the pit lane at 2:10. Probably not looking at getting out and setting another lap. But an interesting one is FRL Jay Hartnell. I believe in the last stream he did have a couple of issues bouncing up and down positions, up and down the grid. He still to set a time. I wonder if he's thinking that he'll go out as late as possible, try and save that tyre life. Save a spare set for the race, quite possibly. Those softs around Baku do run out very, very fast, though. It is Haytham. He's going to be the next one round after Deeks stuck it in P1. Haytham, where is it going to be for the Red Bull driver? It's not going to be pole or close, but it is good enough. Almost just missing out on Casper's time of a 1:42.2 there by Haytham, so it is a good maybe 2 seconds spread in the field now. Haytham, I don't think he'll be beginning another push lap. But we do have the likes of Casper out on track in the Williams. Moller up, he's tied from the session, so he thinks with just over 2.5 minutes left, that he's managed to secure the bag enough to see him through into Q3. Light is blown up round. Regan McKinnon now, I think that was one of the Alpha Romeos of Rian or Don, quite possibly there. I think it was actually, was it Haytham? Could have quite possibly been Haytham around there. I think it was very slow out. Deeks, he's also, and Comza only a couple of corners ago, he's managed to stick it in P2 with a 1:40.3, but no one as of yet, bar the leader in Deeks and that Ferrari, managing to break that 1:39 mark. FNL crosses the line. He's into P2 now with a 1:40.106. I think we've got Alpha Tauri coming around. Is that going to be? It's not Comza, it's his teammate Sir Gat. He's on an outlap, so he's not going to be putting a faster time through this attempt. Regan's after him, then there's a Red Bull. Mercedes. Jay, he's out on his outlap now. We've got Blanks. He's not out on his lap. I don't think we've got anybody really that's pushing actually. Rian. Casper, he's on a push. Casper, he's on a 1 second, so 1.5 seconds faster. Hopefully there's no lift from the Dutch Kingpin. There isn't. Flat out all the way. See what sort of time it's going to be for Casper. Hopefully an improvement on that 1:42.297. Looks like it is going to be easily by a second or two. It is. It's a 1:40.8 for Casper, a second and a half quicker than his previous time, up to P6 to join his teammate Blanks. Just ever so, such a smidge above Blanks there, almost, I think it's 200ths of a second. But this is what F1 is separated by, only the slightest of margins. Staying around into the pits now, most likely. Not too sure he'll be continuing. Another push stop, he could well be though. That was 1:40, I think he'll be going into the pits most likely. Yeah, there it is, backing off to the McLaren driver in Forest Jump. He's going to be coming into the pits as well, I reckon. No, he's not. He's going to go across the line to set another lap. 21 seconds slower. See what Mr. Jay Hartnell can do. The only one still yet to set a time on the board, with only now what is 3 seconds left. So anybody that's not managed to cross the line as of yet will not get a time off. We've got the Red Bull of Bids. He's half a second slower, just a little bit more. So I don't think we're going to see any improvement from Bids. Jay Hartnell, he will be next across the line. And then it's one of the Alfa Romeos. It is Don Aruen, who's 1.1 seconds up, and he is coming through sector 3 now. So it's going to be a quick jump between Jay Hartnell, Don Aruen, and then it's going to be one of the Red Bulls, Haytham. So Jay Hartnell's good enough for P11 with a 1:41.5. It's going to be Don Aruen across the line. Don Aruen is going to be in a P2, a 1:40, almost cracking into the 1:39. but it is going to be, I mean, it's Casper now. He's extremely slow compared to his previous attempts. The Red Bull of Haytham, he's going to come across, and his teammate Rian, he's also going to come to the line. Rian, he's almost a second faster. 140.7. 3/10 behind Mollerup. So we've got Sergat coming round. We've got Blanks coming round. We've got Forest Jump coming round. So Forest Jump will be the first one to cross the line. Blanks is going to be the next. He's invalidated. So he's not going to set a faster time at all. And neither is Sergat. He's invalidated also. So I think all drivers have finished the laps. I think as it stands will be the way that qualifying for Q3 stands out. So we're looking at Fids, Jay Hartnell, Forest Jump and Haytham being the lucky ones who might just fall into that drop section and being unable to make it into Q3 tonight. Great for Gap across the line. There we go. So there we have it for Q2. Just allow for the drivers. So it's actually Regan McKinnon, sorry, actually a shock dropout. Regan there being one to drop out. So it's actually only a top 9 now that we do have. It's not a top 10, ladies and gentlemen. And Mollerup also there setting a medium tyre time there. So that's actually quite impressive for him to get into Q3 on a medium compound, saving an extra set of those softs for the big boys.
We're hoping to see some fantastic racing this weekend through the streets of this impressive capital city.
So Q3 remains 12 laps just to watch the 9 cars compete, go toe to toe, see who is the fastest one of them all. You see, it looks like the McLaren of FNL is going to be the last one out the pits. Still got an Alfa Romeo in the pit lane, and I think it's also one of them is coming out now. It is Blanks. So Donna Run, FNL being the ones that are sitting in the pit lane as of yet. Mollerup, he will be going out first, followed by Casper. Casper is then followed by Deeps 20, then followed by the pairing of the Alpha Tauris of Komza and Sergat. Komza leading those 2 pairings out, and then as we said after that it is Don Arun. It's actually Rian, and then Rian, then it's Blanks. Then all the way back to Don Arun, and then finally Finn Nelx, who is just coming out of the pit lane now, just as Mollerup is coming through the penultimate 2 corners, leading down this very long Azerbaijani straight. ERS has been activated a few corners before, giving him the best run possible up this long ass straight. It's going to be Mollerup across the line first to start the time. We'll ride on board with him and see what sort of time that he can set as a staple mark for the rest of the grid this evening. Very nice acceleration out of the second corner as well. Very careful not to clip the inside of the apex. If you do, the curve does send you up in almost into a spiral. You will find yourself in that opposing wall very easy. Moller doing a very nice job just to keep this as tidy as possible. The fastest sector 1 for him, but that's expected, being the only one that's across. I think Deeks might have just beaten it there. Possibly slowly beaten by Comza, I'm not too sure. As I said, the lead, the order that will be crossing the line, it is going to be a Moller up, Casper, Deeks, and then Comza. Still very bunched up behind Moller up after Blanks, Casper, Deeks, and Comza. They are extremely close, probably too close for liking, I would say. But there is another purple sector for Moller, starting sector 3 now. Want to keep this full pelt through the gears. He does lift just a tiny bit there. Let's see how Casper copes with it. Casper, he goes full. Deeks, he goes full as well. Comza, he's lifted. Riding up the straight now. Where's Moller up going to be? It's going to be Moller up. He's in the pits. It's going to be Casper across the line first. Casper, then Deeks. Sorry, Comza now across the line. It's now then going to be gone. No, it's not. It's going to be the other Alpha Tau, Romeo of Rian. He's going to be across the line. And then it's going to be Gat following him as well. 140.3 from Rian. He's taken the provisional lead of the race. And it's going to be a 140.2 from Gat. So every person in order of crossing the line has gone faster than one another, which in theory means that Blanks will or should come through and take pole here. It's not going to be that though. I think we might see him dive into the pits. If not, he's out across the line just to set a lap, a bank a lap. Finn, see what Finn can do now. Obviously Donaldon, he's just gone through the penultimate corners, leading up the straight. Keep an eye on his time and see where the Alfa Romeo driver finishes off. I'm going to say around between P3 and 4, between Comza and Deeks. Oh, and he's just above Comza. He's just joined his teammate. Starting off the second row in P3, Rian P2, but Finn's going to stick a spanner in the works. Not a big enough of a spanner though. Only good enough for P6 for Finn. So everybody setting a lap. Moller out ASAP in order to get a lap out as soon as possible there from him. So qualifying 3 is leading to be rather spicy. Round Moller now. See where this push lap, see if he can get enough heat into those tyres from then on. Hopefully he can provide his, I would say, his routine sort of lap and reinstate his position on top of the grid. But like I said, that is something that we will have to see. Moller coming through to start his first lap. Hopefully there is no incident like on the top lap that caused him to pit. Hopefully moving forward it's all gravy. Moller lovely through turn 1 yet again. Turn 2, this apex has to stay as wide right as possible again, just ever so slightly clipping the left hand side of the apex. Beautifully done by Moller up there. Wonderful turn 2 from him. Up the DRS straight now into turn 3. Yet again one of those corners where you have to get so close to the wall and just clip the exit of the apex there. Into turn 4 now again. Turn 4 just an identical turn. Turn 3. Sorry. I believe that Forest Jump needs an invite. We'll just have to have a look and see if he's on here. It's already been added, apparently. Not too sure what's going on there. We'll leave that for the admin to sort out. But Moller up. So we just missed that, trying to get Forrest Gump back into the lobby. Missed what appears to be a spin by Moller up in sector 3 on his push lap as well. So he's have to be possibly coming in yet again, having still not set a time. Going to do? Is he going to go again? And that yellow flag is set 3.4 minutes. I'd be diving into the pits, getting some pressure softs. I think that's exactly what Moller's doing. He's backed off the pace severely now. Seeing how much that engine braking can get him into the pits, it's not going to be enough. He will have to use manual brakes to get down to speed in time, and he does. Diving into the pits now with the lonely Haas in Q3. Now 2.5 minutes remain. This is the point of the qualifying session where things really start to heat up now. Drivers starting to sit themselves down, listen to that hype track, get themselves ready for the lap of a lifetime. Baku, a track massively about track position, especially with the daunting aspect of so many safety cars. Reeing through the cluster section now, exiting it beautifully, a little bit wider than what you would have liked, just cutting that apex on the left hand side, lovely. Careful not to apply too much power on the exit. You saw Moller up, he lost it there on his fast lap attempt. Only a couple of laps to go. Deep goes faster with a 1:39.5. The only driver to dip into the 1:39s in Q3 yet. One of the drivers did it in Q2. Cars now really starting to show the true pace. The ride on board with Moller once he finishes out lap. It's an Alpine of Casper, I believe. Casper's just put a lap in good enough for P4. It's a 1:40.6. We've got Comza coming across the line any moment. Is it good enough to break 1:39? No, it's not. It's a 1:40.2, but it is good enough for P2. Just 0.05 of a second, half a tenth faster than his teammate Sergat. So we've got both Alpha Tauri, up in P2 and 3. Speaking of gap, 4-minute lap on the Fox. That is an extremely long lap there. Down into turn 2 now. Very, very wide exit. Carrying a lot of speed there through turn 2 up into the exit. DRS wide open, braking heavily now for turn 3 across the apex again, just clipping the apex on the right hand side. Now down into turn 4, yet again another heavy braking zone where you can't clip that apex on the right, just as Gat avoided it wonderfully again. Now you've got to be very careful when you apply the power coming out of here. You do not want to get a spin at the back end stepping out. Again, Baku curbs, you can cut that curb quite aggressively. But if you do get it wrong, you will get a straight up time penalty. Again, Gat so close to all the walls up the castle section, cutting corners to the bare, or just to the bare minimum of the rules. No warnings, no invalidations for the Alpha Tower driver yet. all times will now be final. So Deeks has retired with a 1:39.5. Finn's managed to put a 1:39 in, but that's only good enough for P2. P3 should we say, because Rian stuck it in P2 with a 1:39.8. Comza, he's in the pits. We've got one of, I believe it's Blanks, he's going to be across the line. Blanks, he's moved up into P4, so both the Alpha Tauris have jumped down from P2 and 3 to 5 and 6, but Gat can change that. Gat with a 1:39.6. So close to taking pole, half a tenth off. That'll be for the front row. No, it won't. No, it won't, ladies and gentlemen, because Moller up 19.867 has taken pole this evening with a 1:39.1. No one can do anything about it, possibly Finn. Finn's 4 seconds slower. That, ladies and gentlemen, is going to see us off for Q3 this evening. We'll just double check that Finn is slower. He is. Oh, why he's gone into the pits, Finn? Now he's got to watch you. All the animation complete. If you crossed the line, then it would have been fine. But now we wait for Finn to get his ass back into the pits, and then the animations for completing qualifying can begin and get us underway for this excitable race around Baku this evening. There we have it, for everybody just joining us there. That is the qualifying grid for this evening. Waiting for the drivers. Oh, is this? I could be wrong. Do we have a 5-minute break now in between the bear with me 2 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. I will just quickly run to the toilet so we don't have any interruptions throughout the race. So just bear with me whilst we have this 5-minute interruption. We will be back with a live race round Baku, round 10, Friday Night Racing League. We will be back momentarily. Thank you for your patience. we have it, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, the grid is set. We did have 20 drivers with us, so I'm not too sure why we only had 9 in the last grid session, the last qualifying session. Why we only had 14 in the second as well, and why they got rid of 6. But I guess somebody DNF'd or didn't complete a lap, something along those lines. Not too sure, but we've got Haytham and RRL Beast already being disqualified from the race. Probably just getting too close to one another under the formation lap. They've been disqualified, reset back to the grid, and unfortunately that pairing will have to deal with the fact that they will have extremely cold tyres from the off. So expect not some carnage, but expect some positions to be changed in turn 1 around that kind of 11 and 12 position. Jay Hartnell, he's also just been disqualified from the session. Not sure what he's done. A couple of drivers getting disqualified on the formation lap. Maybe race awareness course is in need just to keep these drivers apart from each other, stop touching the rears, the cars behind them. Right now, Moller up, taking us through the last couple of corners now. RRL Beast, Haytham R, and FRL Jay Hartnell, the 3 drivers who have all been disqualified from the formation lap in some form of manner. As all the drivers line up on the grid now, we will have a look at the tyre strategies between all drivers. We do have all 3 compounds on track. But Moller up and Deeks, going to be really interesting to see the front of these. There's many drivers who we want to kind of sit and have a look at. Gat, he is predominantly one that I know from experience who does have a horrible race start. But we'll see now what the Alpha Tower gets off the line. Off they go, and it does appear that he is a little bit shaky at the start, but so is Deeks. There's hard tyres still struggling to warm up. Deeks takes the inside line round turn 1, and I think they are all away. Relatively clean. We've got blanks down 3 places off the start. Giami's made a place up at the start as well. So is Cavallis, and we've got Don Arrowan. Don Arrowan is round down 14 places in turn 2. Is there going to be any damage? Regan McKinnon's getting absolutely swamped up the straight, the second DRS straight. Going into turn 3, he's lost a handful of positions now, gone extremely wide, maybe just a little bit of clip of the wall there as well. But there is drivers all over the place. Yellow flags in sector 1. That is going to be DB98 that's round as well, down into turn 3. Again, one of those corners, I think he might have even just gone and had to use the escape road. He's back on track, back racing. Car still running. Regan McKinnon still right behind Blanks. Oh, and Blanks, Regan McKinnon just before the castle again. The back end stepping out. Regan and Forrest both jumping ahead of him there up through the castle section. Luckily, that was just before the castle and not during, because that could have caused a big pile-up in Baku. But as we approach the last couple of corners now of the lap, we still have 20 drivers racing, which for Baku, in my experience, is one hell of an achievement. See what Rian can do now. Rian on the ERS, lifting ever so carefully, just to tap the wall. Very lucky, obviously, post-patch. And we've got Casper. Casper's out. Casper's touched the wall. Casper's, it's the glitch. There's a safety car. Or is it a virtual? Just a virtual safety car. Casper's been caught out. The glitched wall. They've just ripped his rear left tyre off. Straight off. And we've got Don Aaron and BV also out. I think that is going to bring a safety car out. I'm not... What's happened there, I wonder? But I think that was the curse of the commentator there, ladies and gentlemen. So apologies to all members of FRL. No safety car in lap 1. And then we have 3 drivers crash out in essentially the straightest part, the longest straight in one of the calendars most likely. Going to see any of the drivers dip into the pits, any of the front runners who missed the opportunity. I don't think we are. I think everybody's going to stay on the strategy. The top 5 haven't moved positions, which is great to see. Mollo up Deeks, Sir Gatley and Finn all keeping track position as Mollo up in the Haas closes up to the back of the safety car now. We've got Blanks into the pits. He's going to be overtaken by DB and possibly by Cavolis. I think Cavolis isn't going to be close enough to get the move done. We may still have one more lap of the safety car due to the fact that Mollo-up's teammate Bo passes in P1 leading us away and P17 at the rear of the pack. Cavolis still just some way off the pace. Normally the safety car is announced around now and there's still no announcement from the FIA as to when this safety car is going to come in. Cavolis still almost a whole sector behind them, so I think we may have yet another lap of safety car conditions in Baku at round 10 in Friday Night Racing League. Form out. Cavolis coming around the pit straight into turn 1 and 2 now. He'll be catching at the back of the pack to make his safety car come in. 3 or 4 laps gone of the race so far, only a lap of racing commenced. coming through the castle section now. Wallace is all but caught up to the back of the pack. I'm still just wondering why he hasn't caught up. I'm sure he's ample enough time to catch up to the back of the pack, and there's not really much made in terms of effort towards getting towards that back of the pack. It's not going to be another safety car, is it? Well, it's coming down now. Is it going to be a really late call from the safety car? Is it going to be a late one? It is. There is the late call. So we do have a late call from the FIA just as Cavallis touched the back of the pack. Moller has stepped right off the pace now, backing that pack up for the safety car restart. When does he decide to go? There it is, there's the acceleration. There is the ERS, wide open. He's managed to catch them sleeping a little bit behind him. 7/10 the gap. Rian's got such a great run on gap. Alfa Romeo is going to dive down the inside, but Gas tried to come back, the switch back, and he spanned the Alfa Romeo Tauri, across the track. Back into racing now, Gat, but he is all the way down at the back of the pack after losing it into turn one. Massive consequences there for just being a little bit too greedy on the power. Here is Jamie looking to go down the outside of Forest Jump, but Jenny says no, doesn't allow the move down the outside. And on the other Mercedes, he's got Bids and Regan McKinnon fighting behind him in FNL. Seems to be pulling out that McLaren, cementing the top four a little bit. Sorry, the top three. Rian's pulling out a little bit from the McLaren. Oh, and Finn just so close, nearly losing it up the castle section there. Every car's made it through the castle section absolutely fine this time. See who can ride the ball. Where's the action? Bids and Regan McKinnon. This three-way battle for P4 at the minute. See how intense this can heat up. apologies there, bit of communication errors with my mic. As DRS has just been enabled here in lap 7, we just saw Bids looking to make a move down the inside of Finn, feinting once, not twice, but maybe 3 times to try and put the McLaren driver off. He has failed to do so. We've got Forrest jump in the pits down in P17 now, so Gats actually managed to make a move on Regan McKinnon as well, so Gats up a couple of places. Finn and Bids yet again going side by side. Finn no DRS, Bids does. Are they going to leave space? It's so tight. Finn just coming out on top there, moving up into P4. We've got Jammy, who's been disqualified from session. And I'm not too sure what has happened there with Jammy. Let's have a look and see if we can see. There's a DNF. Did he just go straight into... I have no idea. But there is no safety cars, thank God. Do not need another one of them. Regan, I think DB's round quite possibly here. DB has round off the front wing. And that is another safety car, ladies and gentlemen. Another safety car. So, another DB again, so he's already got damage to that wing. But, again, just the issue with Baku is just the number of safety cars that we do get. It is a great track, it is really good. Lots of people diving into the pits now. DB again, just going very, very deep there. I don't know if he's just paid to change his wing or what, but... So, safety car. Again, it's just one of those tracks as we discussed it earlier. It is just safety car ridden. 8 laps gone, 4 cars disappeared into the pits. Wait for this safety car to come back into the pits now, and hopefully from here on So, lap 9 of Friday Night Racing League. And unfortunately, it has been a rather tepid evening. Say, with only 16 drivers left, there is still, at this point in the race, anybody that can take this home. But it is a great race from the likes of those who got disqualified in the race, disqualified on the formation lap, sorry. The likes of Haytham, Jay Hartnell and Beast, all three of them in P3, 4 and 5. But this week, I've just got a feeling we could be seeing a repeat performance, and Deke could quite possibly take the win here. Deke just does have an incredible amount of pace, it seems, around multiple tracks, and that Ferrari driver just proving it week in, week out with his performances. Back as the safety car comes in now. See Haytham and Jay Hartnell going side by side, going down into turn 1. Now these two back runners, hopefully there is no contact between the two. We've got the Mercedes running very wide, so Jay Hartnell's been very, very spatially aware there and backed off. We've got Rian all the way down and Sir Gat down. Rian possibly spinning in turn 1 and forcing Gat wide. We've got Comza and BDS. Cavallis has lost out as well. Big Balls and Comza are going to go side by side. Comza's lost out. Straight line speed, is it going to be 3 or 4 wide here up this second DRS straight now? DB looking down the inside of Comza. We've got the McLaren of G Forrest Jump looking down the inside of Cavallis. Lots and lots of overtaking, people shimmying down the inside. Deeks though, again, as we just discussed before the safety car restart, Deeks now a second and a half ahead of all of his rivals in this race. 1.6, 1.7 seconds. It's just extending out this moment. But as you said, those three batting out with the disqualified times in the formation lap. They are doing really well as it stands as a threesome in 3, 5 and 6. Say right on board of one of them now in RL Beast, right behind the other one. Haytham are in the Red Bull. Coming around up to, I say, this is one of the hardest parts of any track, I believe. It is extremely difficult, especially with that glitch that's been incorporated into the game. You don't want to be seeing any... Oh, and there it is, Jay Hartnell, exactly what we were talking about. Jay Hartnell has been taken out, and yet again, ladies and gentlemen, it is another safety car. The third safety car this evening. You will bear with me a second. That's Sir Gat as well. Yeah, I mean, Street just had to say it. Yeah, I did. Just warned. I just told the league owner that my experience with Baku is that we just removed it from all future calendars. It's an absolutely horrible track. Not just when people can't race. I don't think I've seen too many stupid overtakes, but like you said, it's just that glitch on that last end, that last sector 3, it's just making people DNF. Casper, he lost his rear tyre. I think Jay Hartnell as well, he was one of them who got caught out. His car was was flung across the track. Baku, not Baku, Bakunese. Right now for the drivers. Deeks now pitting. Moller up is going to be leading us for the safety car restart now. Now, if you look at the stops now, everybody has pitted. Deeks and Haytham having to take their chance here. All the drivers are pretty much with Moller up on the hard tyres till the end. He'll be going and not stopping again, providing there's not another one of these. You don't say it. One safety car leads to another with the one virtual at the start. Say lap 12. Oh, Regan losing a bit of connection there, possibly proving quite hard for bids to follow him. There it is, another very late safety car call coming in this lap, so we will just jump at the front of the pack with Moller up 19.67 and see what start the Haas driver manages to provide for us now. Still bids lacking. Lap 13 in the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and bids is really struggling to kind of make those soft tyres work. Just being held up behind Regan McKinnon on the medium compound tyres, sorry. Still not managing to make use of them. He will be looking at pitting again. Now we will just ride on board. Moller up, still managing to get almost 2-3 seconds ahead of the rest of the pack. Deeks is in all sorts of trouble, looking to get done. He can't be making a move down here. Deeks, no, they've gone too wide. It's going to be very counterproductive for the rest of the grid. And look at RL Beast. He's had to come off the gas a little bit, but he had the run on the three of them there. Finn, he's looking at making this a 3-car battle. DB getting very, very lucky here. Finn is going to dive deep down the inside. Finn has got 2 positions coming out of the exit turn 1. He's got a great exit. Deeks has to succumb the position. Down into turn 2, the Aston Martin slings it down the inside. Deeks is still fighting him. Side by side, Haytham's up into P6. Deeks says, no thank you, you're not coming past me, Aston Martin. Stick there. But Haytham, with a great exit, now the Aston Martin sticking up down the inside. A little bit of contact. Regan's got it round in turn 3. That's brought out yellow flags. Please don't be a safety car. Hopefully that is just... Is it Blanks now? Blanks has lost it as well also. Bids and Big Balls going toe to toe. Oh no, sorry, it's Regan and Bids yet again. They're still fighting. Regan's attempting all sorts of manoeuvres to try and get in front of Bids here. But Regan's almost just closed him out a little bit there. I'm not too sure if that was a little bit intentional there, but coming up the castle section they go. There's no contact. They're doing really well. Bids is getting really frustrated now with Regan, and Regan's just not letting him pass, making that Aston Martin as wide as possible. This is great, great spectator racing here. With Regan holding Bids up. Big Balls and Rian behind them are just licking the lips. In the meantime, the gap at the front of the pack all the way up now, 4.5 seconds. Oh, and there's contact there. That was always going to happen. There's a car out there. Is there going to be another safety car? Cars are coming up and down the track. No, it's not. It is. It is. Ladies and gentlemen, it's another safety car. This can't be happening. So lap 15, 14th safety car, something along those lines. We've got another one, ladies and gentlemen. I think everyone should now be looking at maybe boxing for the medium tyres. I think the mediums will last here, from here on out till the end fairly comfortably. There's not much to commentate on with the pack all diving in. Say the bottom half, Regan, Deeks, Bids, Big Balls, Blanks all on fresh mediums there or thereabouts. Forest Jump as well. Haytham, he's in the pits, but Cavallis and above, everyone's choosing to stick out on the chosen tyres. So 10 laps remain. and Mollo up that gap that he was extending at the front of the pack from Finn and RL Beast was about 5.5 seconds. Another safety car that's been brought out has brought that lead down to less than a car length. Mollo will be leading us away. Yep, man. Rejoin the stream. Another safety car. And someone's DNF'd under the safety. Well, at least that was under the safety car as opposed to causing another safety car. I just don't understand, ladies and gentlemen, how people can be losing it on track under a safety car. But not too sure. Hopefully with both in the pits. He's looking to go for the softs. I'm not too sure if those softs will last to the end of this Baku race. Tyre wear around here is actually quite difficult to maintain 10 laps on the softs. I'm not too sure. They will definitely be hanging off come the end of the race. So Mollo, I'm just not too sure if staying out on those hards was the right decision. But for me, it would be nice to see, preferably anyone racing really, anyone, just 10 laps of racing, no more safety cars out from here, gents, and I'll be a happy gent. But with the safety car coming in now, Mollo up will be leading us away for yet another safety car restart. Down, Mollo goes into turn one now. Now it appears that Collins has got a really big gap on Cavallis. Cavallis being swallowed up by Regan McKinnon now down into turn one. Now Deeks is possibly going to have a look down him down the inside of turn two. We've got a Red Bull going down side by side with Forrest Jump. That's Bids. Bidding to make that second attempt on those softs to work out for him. Big Balls looking down the inside of Deeks. No move to be had there. Cavallis. Back of Deeks. Deeks has spun it, clipped the wall, and Deeks is round with only 8 laps left, sorry. Deeks and the Ferrari running so strong all race. And he's lost it down now into 11th place. That's going to be an absolute nightmare for him. And his chances of winning the race this evening. Conza, he's right behind the Aston Martin in Aston Martin sandwich up the Castle section. Big Balls and Bids go side by side up just before Castle section. Kevin managing to get those elbows out, making the move just before that very tight section where nobody wants to be overtaken. But here comes Bids with the better traction. The soft tyres down the inside. They're going to just tap in. Bids as well needs to be so careful not to squeeze big balls into the wall there. So tight between the pair. And here they come through the most glitchiest section of any track. Muller is through just fine. Finn's fine. Beast is fine. Comms is fine. Everyone appears to be roughly fine. Bids, Big Balls is fine. Hytham's fine. Jump, Deeks, hopefully you're fine now. Blanks, he's some way off the pace. Bids taking Cavallis down the main straight now. And Haytham and Big Balls going at it. Haytham looking around the outside of Kevin. Kevin, a little bit of a wiggle on the exit of 1, down into 2 now. Kevin maintaining that inside line. Is going to keep forcing that Red Bull wide. Too wide, in fact, because Forest Jump has generated all over him. Looking to make the jump into turn 2, but Haytham's setup has just got the superior downforce there, allowing him a higher top speed and just getting out of the grasps of Forest Jump there. But here we have a handful of laps actually strung together, consisting of racing and not yellow flags. Wallace just off the pace a little bit. I think it's those hards, those 10 lap old hards, just aren't serving him as well as he hoped. Big Balls open to Arabian Goggle, the Haas in front. Again, just such a fair line. Cavallis even tapping the wall on the exit there. Hopefully not sustaining any wing damage as it may slow the Alpine down even further. Let's see what they're like through this dodgy section of the track. Oh, and the Alpine was so close to the wall. Big Balls just giving me a heart attack there. DRS is enabled for what I believe is the first time, I think, in this race. Here they all come now. DRS wide open. Big Balls. Bids and RRL making moves past each other. Big Balls looking down Haytham. There's a little bit of contact down into turn 3. All friendly, all love though between the two drivers. Nothing aggressive. Big Balls still just hustling Haytham along now. Is he going to look to make a move down him before the castle section? Decides against it. Probably a wise move there from the league owner. Through the castle section now. Again, such a horrible section with it all being uphill. So easy to lose traction, especially around the exit of that very last corner there. Yellow flags in sector 2. Bids is retired. We've got a Bids crashed out in the wall there. 5 laps from the end. And that's not going to be a safety car. It's not, no, it's been too long. Back, the car's off track already, thank God, no safety car. So 6 laps remaining, 11 drivers left on track. Through the third section they come now, third sector they come. And the Red Bull, the McLaren of Forest Jump getting a really good jump on Cavallis. Forest Jump also making moves up the grid from his original grid spot. Deeks making moves past Cavallis. He's come back into the fray now, looking to score some more points. Regan and Comza, they're going side by side with DRS wide open as well. Regan getting the better of him down into turn 3, now into turn 4. And Comza not being able to make a move back on the Aston Martin. Still remains in that Aston Martin sandwich, a little bit spaced out more than before. Sandwich still nonetheless. Aston Martin looking at some good constructor points this evening. both in the top 5. See through this castle section now. Regan, Comza, and his teammate RRL. No one spinning up there. RLB's just way off the pace now, just 5 seconds or more. And that gap extending. Mollerup, he's under pressure. I was about to say from Finn. Finn was so close. And Finn now down in P4. We've got RL Beast, he's got no wing also. And we've got a damaged wing of Finn. And Beast doing really well there. I think he's almost let Finn through. There's going to be cars going really slow up here now. What does Haytham do? They're going to go too wide. And Red Aston Martin of RL Beast has chosen not to come into the pits. He's chosen to fight out there with no wing. Deeps. People need to be aware of this. Oh, we've got Haytham going too deep into turn 2. He's hit the wall and taken a wing off as well. I think it's just right front end plate there, but damage nonetheless. Cavalis, he's in the pits. Big balls and Finn making moves past each other. Yellow flags into turn. The very last corner, it's Blanks. Turn 1, sorry. Blanks has gone well too far on there. No wing for the Williams. Beast and Deke so close to each other. The no wing of Beast is proving to be holding the cars ahead up. Oh, and Deke, Beast has gone straight on there. Not too sure if Beast is going to be able to get it around. He is, and away he goes. Beast is retired from session. Not too sure what his AI is doing. Please don't concentrate the car. It's in the castle section. He's on the runoff. He's fine. Leave it as it is. Yellow flags disappear now. We can't have a say. I believe we're in the realms of having no more safety cars now. I don't believe safety car will come out this late into the race. So we are all racing, ladies and gentlemen, from here on out. What was a very close race at points. Not under a safety car. Has us now with half a grid. Deke's making a move on Finn. Mollerup still leads away now by almost 2 seconds from Regan McKinnon. Regan McKinnon, a great race from him, I would have to say. Let's look from the positions where he started 8 positions up, but it has to be said, big balls up from P16, sorry, now in P4, only 1 place off a podium. So that, Kevin, a great effort from you, sir. Obviously, a lot of the cars have DNF'd. But it is Baku, it should be expected. Never really improves across any league. Baku normally is an absolute horror fest, especially regarding incident tickets and stuff the next day. Go. Teammates now, Forrest, Jump and Finn overtaking each other on the pit straight. Finn dropping down positions now. Won't be liking that too much at all. He's currently running in P6 and 7. Regan up in P2, he's had a great race from him. Deeks, not the greatest from him. Him losing it at the end, at the exit of the castle section, slinging it into the wall just after one of the many safety car restarts, throwing him back to the back of the grid. But to be in a P5 place at the moment, I don't think Deeks can have too much complaining on his part. He has done really well to fight back those positions. And like we said, it is a really difficult track, Baku. You just don't know what to expect. And unfortunately, there's lots of safety cars for us this evening. But 2 or 3 laps remaining. Komza now within a second of Regan. The pair of them almost identical ERS reserves. Komza is going to have a go at him and drain that battery a little bit in order to gain some time on his Aston Martin counterpart. Bolas as well with the fastest lap. He's down in P8 on the soft, so that's a great strategic move from Haas, getting what seems to be at the moment the race victory from Moller up, and also the fastest lap from his teammate. But 2 laps remaining now. Regan McKinnon is closing the gap. Blanks, sorry, Cavalis just losing that lap, fastest lap to Blanks. So it's not going to be all roses for Gene Haas this evening. But nonetheless, we should be very happy with what looks to be a race victory tied up. Regan's just a couple of hundredths of a second outside of that ERS range, now a 10th. So on the last lap, I wonder if Regan can close up now. Not enough in order to close up for this DRS up the second straight now. Last lap, Regan still, as I said, just not being able to get within that second, and DRS almost getting within it there, but just a little bit of a sketchy exit. But he's still within a second. I think Mollerup also had a really dodgy exit from there, so I wonder if this DRS is going to prove dividends up this last straight now. I don't think Mollerup is in any danger, to be fair. I think Regan's just too far away. He's just stepping on the accelerator too soon. Regan, you can see him, that back end of the Aston Martin stepping out really heavily there. Now it's just foot pedal to the metal. I don't think it's going to matter. 9.5 is the gap. And up straight, he's only managed to gain a 10th of the DRS, but there we have it. Round 10 of Baku. Mollerup taking the victory for Haas. Regan McKinnon taking second position away, and Komza in the AlphaTauri taking the last podium spot away for FNL this evening. Deeks, great race from him down in P4. Did really well to race back after crashing out. Not crashing out, spinning out on one of the safety car restarts at the exit of the castle section. Big balls, great race from him up 11 places from P16 to P5. Finn and Forest jump, good team effort from them. The only really good point talk from any of the pairings this evening. A lot of the other pairings crashed out. Caballos in P8 for Haas, up 11 places also. Haytham, he's in P9 in Red Bull, and rounding us off we have Blanks in the Williams, who is still across the line, right on board with him. Obviously, from you can see that RLB bids, Rian, DB, Sergat, FRL, J Hartnell and Jamie, BV95, Don Alun and Casper. All the DNFs that we had this evening. 20 drivers started, 10 finished. As the famous Jaffa Cake advert said, not full moon, half moon. Not full grid, half grid. Anyway, that is it for my terrible jokes there, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us for round 10 of FNL. We will be back, obviously, at the same time next week for another episode of what is more than likely going to be action-packed. Hopefully, we don't have as many safety cars around the Suzuka track in Japan next week. So for everybody watching, please do FNL a huge favour, and please tune in next week 8 o'clock for the Japanese Grand Prix, and until then, take care of yourselves and have a good week and weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Just laughing at the celebrations on the grid there, but there we go. Just keep it there for the admin team to see the fastest lap there for Blanks as well, a 1:42.331. All the DNFs as well. But as I said, from me, from all the admin team in FNL, thank you for stopping by and watching. My name's Liam, and I will see you next week.